Gentlemans. This is the Baron Yam program. The only remaining online adult education program where we teach men how to get what they need for less money. More importantly, we teach women how men think. Now, when the folks in the manosphere let me speak on an issue, I don't always have their best confidence. I'm a young man, born in America, and a lot of people see those folks as being entitled, being very much irresponsible, not able to accept responsibility, and just overall just uninteresting, unassuming, and unappealing. Because women in this society, they don't build, gentlemen. They just merely move in. Remember that. Now, I didn't take Greek in high school or college for that matter. I did take an archaeology course though, and I found out that Greek and Latin are based on our interpretations of it are based on linear A and linear B tablets found by archaeologists, and those languages belong to Carthage and like Western Anatolia, way back in the day, the ancient war cart civilizations, way before all of that Iron Age stuff, everything, way before alphas and omegas and betas stuff, there was just bronze. That's all that mattered. There's no such thing as an alpha or a beta. It's whoever has the tin and the copper resources available to make bronze. Now, I know a lot of the context is going to be lost on people who aren't aware of the red pill and or MGTOW and or the manosphere and or black pill and or history and or math. But to avoid being confusing, I'll simplify it all down to this. Being an alpha in this day and age really just comes down to your skill set and your environment. If you're a good talker, you become an alpha when eyes go to you during a conversation and you're able to say something eloquently. Or if you're able to say something ridiculous enough to get everyone's attention, that doesn't mean you're an alpha. That probably means you're a gamma or you're some other form of chameleon. Because as much as chameleons in nature move silently and have that whole robot, that whole moonwalk kind of thing that they do, you know what I'm talking about. Chameleons in human society are much more sycophantic, much more verbal, social manipulators. People who are authentic individuals in this society, they blend in. And a lot of the times, they're not trying to be the one who's saying the last word or any of that. And that's pretty much gone. All that kind of silent leadership is gone. Look at Marvel. All the characters in the Marvel movies. Whether you got, at the most silent leader type would probably be Vision, because Vision's based on Tony Stark's AI. Or the Winter Soldier, but the Winter Soldier is more of like an anti-hero. But everybody, the Hulk is beta, Falcon is beta, Doctor Strange is like a Delta. Black Panther's a huge beta. Captain America is a time traveling beta. Well, he's like a cryogenically frozen beta from the 1950s. Killmonger, he's a beta. I mean, even J.J. Jameson is pretty much, he's kind of like he's a beta. He's a huge beta. He's the one who's always on the radio station yelling about Spider-Man, about how much he's just getting cucked out by Spider-Man. Spider-Man is a Sigma, and he's basically gaslighting J.J. Jameson to the point where he has to create a radio show, like a citywide broadcast, just to vent about how he's pissed off about Spider-Man. Man, that dude's a straight up beta. Spider-Man is probably okay. When it comes to Peter Parker himself is a beta, but Spider-Man is able to just get so many. He's able to like manage his personality, his different personalities way more efficiently than say anyone else in the Marvel universe. So he's kind of the closest thing to a Sigma, and that's weird though, because he's young. Rocket Raccoon's sort of like a Rocket Raccoon's sort of like a Zeta. Groot is like a kind of like a Delta Zeta kind of, because he can save everyone's life, so he kind of has those alpha characteristics, but he's like more grounded. He's not as much of a wild like a alpha archetype. He's probably has more of characteristics of like a Delta. Thor is a beta. Yeah, I mean, even Black Widow is like an alpha female, and she, like, if you think Hawkeye's alpha because he's got a family and no. Hawkeye's a beta, man. In fact, if you look at the movie, Hawkeye's hairline and stuff is receding. It's over for him, bro. It's over for him. He's just gonna be a beta. He is a beta. He'll be a beta. Mjolnir, the hammer, is it alpha, beta, gamma, or sigma? I would say Mjolnir is a sigma because it doesn't have to get used by someone, because it can always just say, "Nah, bitch, you're not worthy," and then just curb the bitch, and then he or she can't pick up the hammer. So Mjolnir's kind of like a sigma. What else? Loki, beta. Well, Loki's kind of like a sigma. But yeah, there's no alphas in this whole lineup. You guys could just, put it in the comments. Is there any alpha in the Marvel universe? And then coming up next will probably be DC universe. I'll go through DC universe and I'll do this same thing. Iron Man Iron Man's like he is alpha. He's out. He's kind of like an alpha. But there's not more than one. You can't have like more than one per story, per universe, per iteration of that universe or rendition of that universe, because you have different comic books and stuff. The reason why I'm doing this is because it's occurred to me that liking comic books and stuff like this, and analyzing it and treating it as an intellectual pursuit is bound to get shamed and stuff by all these people who want to be quote unquote alpha, because alphas don't just sit around and like play video games and read comic books and study things intellectually. So you can't be an alpha. So yeah, that's why I'm going to be doing this. Obviously, this is more of like a MGTOW red pill lens, so take everything with a grain of salt there. And overall, just, I guess, yeah, don't be afraid to, do something that you enjoy, just because, it gets looked down on by other people who are blue-pilled and are tuned into the Matrix, and they can't let go of their need to be accepted by society. And, yeah, so this is just to sort of be more positive about some of the things that I enjoy. And so if you like that, leave a like, comment, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.